Hello and welcome to the Golden Sports Report, episode 61. I'm Andy,
I'm Sean.
Chris.
and that was not a planned introduction, and you did better than most of our planned introductions. I think we will just go with the flow from now on. Um, Tonight we're going to talk about the three Game 7s for tonight, which are Rangers Flyers, which is going on now, Minnesota Colorado, LA San Jose. Talk about the series that will more than likely begin before our next episode, and it's already determined Montreal, Boston. Then talk about linebackers, you know, that sort of thing like we've been doing. So let's get into it with the Rangers Flyers first because that's going on now. Uh, Sean, I don't know if you've watched much Rangers Flyers. I really haven't. Who are you going to take in Game 7 following the Flyers 5-2 win last night in Game 6?
Uh, Part of me wants to say Flyers, and parts of me wants to say Rangers. I'm gonna go with Rangers though, because I have a lot more confidence in Lundqvist than Mason or Emery. Um, San Louis has been pretty much carrying that whole Rangers team right now. And Wayne Simmons with his hat trick the last game. Um, that came out of nowhere. I honestly didn't have any idea that he was. Well, I knew he could score. I didn't know he was that kind of goal scorer. But it shows that even the minor kids can, or not kids, minor players can step up and pull your team to a win. So uh, I'm gonna go with Lundqvist and the Rangers to pull this one off.
This guy. All right. Rangers Flyers, by the way, for an update, are 0-0 after one. Chris, what do you got for Rangers Flyers?
Um, you know, I knew that Wayne Simmons was one of the few decent scorers on Philadelphia. They don't really have much in the way of like a goal scorer. I guess Claude Giroux is their top guy, I guess. But I haven't seen him as like a major goal scorer. Uh, Scott Hartnell was okay, but he was a two-way forward. Jakub Voracek, he's younger. Um, he's okay. Which is why I don't think that Philadelphia's going to win this game. You know, throughout this whole playoff series, you've seen Claude Giroux paying attention. You see him making a lot of promises. And they haven't beaten the Rangers much. So they beat them three times, yeah, but I don't know. I think the Rangers are going to play this out. I think they have a lot better players. The goaltending's better. Um, He's wearing the Pels tonight.
Uh, Good insight by both of you for the Rangers. I'm going to go with the Flyers because I'm going to ride the momentum. Last night they dominated the Rangers. Of course, it wasn't Philly and Simmons to get a hat trick, but the Rangers just they remind me of the Sharks, and they're not as good as the Sharks. The Sharks have been a very good team for a long time, but the Rangers, Brad Richards really he had one good year. St. Louis and Richards are carrying the team right now, and they should be. And Lundqvist is a better goalie, but I just think after Phillies win yesterday, down 3-2, that momentum will carry them through this game. I know it's 0-0 now, so maybe the Rangers pull it out late, but I'm gonna I'm gonna go Flyers. Flyers for now. They're a tough team. I'd rather see a Pittsburgh Flyers series than a Rangers Pittsburgh series. Maybe Giroux and Crosby get into another fight. It's a rarity to see Sidney Crosby fight, do something very captain-like in that regard. So that's the thing. So yeah, Chris, I'll let you go first on the next game. Who do you have for Colorado, Minnesota?
This one's a tough one. You know, Colorado, they're getting Duchesne back tonight. Is that free? No, pretty good. I just think Colorado's too young. They've been riding. They're tough. Um, but I think Minnesota's got a lot more experience. Anyway, I'm pretty laggy. I think Minnesota's going to end up pulling it out, but it's going to be close one.
Yeah, a few of their games are going overtime, so it makes sense it'd be close. Sean, who do you have in Colorado, Minnesota?
I'm gonna go with my initial pick. It's gonna be Colorado. Um, it's gonna be home, I believe, in Colorado. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You are right.
Okay. But just the way that Waugh carried up that attendance, all the people attending at the game, and how they backed them through their losing times, and pretty much lifted the team to win that third or fourth game. Um, but I think he can do it again. But I almost said Bobrovsky. Um, but their goalie has been phenomenal. He's what is keeping their team together right now, and McKinnon. But yeah, I think Minnesota is just an old team, uh, and I think the young guys are gonna overpower them. I think so. Colorado.
I'm going to agree with Sean on this one. That Colorado's going to win. I'm going to make it really about the goalie. Darcy Kuemper's done well for Minnesota in his time as starter in the regular season and in the playoffs. But this is a game 7. Varlamov's been here, done that. He's been in the Olympics. He's been in big moments in his career. So I think his experience will help him. This year has probably been the best year of his career. So maybe he breaks the mold of how he's performed in clutch situations. It is something to say, though, regarding that. Um, Colorado is young, very young. And Minnesota has the experience with Parise, Pominville, Molson, Koivu, Suter, the list goes on in that regard. Whereas Colorado, really the only experience they have up front is Stastny and Talbot. And Talbot really is a third line center, so he doesn't matter too much. But Stastny leads the team in goals, and that's what he's supposed to do as the veteran in these times. So if McKinnon can take advantage of being at home, where he's gotten, I believe, like 8 of his 10 points or something, they can do that. I think Colorado will be playing Chicago, which is a much more appealing series than Minnesota Chicago. So yeah, I'm gonna go Colorado on this one. Sean, the last series of the night, the team that will be playing the Ducks next round. It was 3-0 San Jose. and we talked about what was more surprising, San Jose up 3-0 or Montreal sweeping. And it was like, well, San Jose is going to win. And now we're at a game 7. So, Sean, who do you have in this comeback for LA?
I'm gonna say LA with confidence. Just typical San Jose, just choking at the very end. Um, but San Jose has their heads down and their tail behind their legs, and LA's got their heads high and they're just bolting through the series now. Um, unless Quick has a horrible game, which I highly doubt. Um, or LA's gonna come back and take this series. So LA, which I really hope because Anaheim has done well with them in this regular season. So yeah,
Chris, who do you got? LA, San Jose.
I thought San Jose was going to take this with no problem. Well, originally I thought LA was going to win, but the way John Quick was playing and San Jose was playing, I was just like, oh my goodness, San Jose's got this in the bag. But they've lost 3 straight. Quick's playing really well. Niemi's playing like garbage. And the offense just isn't getting it done. So I'm going to go with LA. I think they're going to completely come back. And they're going to go into the next round. They're going to destroy the Anaheim Ducks.
Sean, do you have a rebuttal? Or will
uh,
you hold me?
no, I'll use it for my final word. I'll hold back.
Okay. All right.
Actually, never mind. I
So,
have a different final word. Sorry, I'm gonna come back.
oh,
Um,
okay.
Anaheim has beaten LA in 5 or 6 games, and LA has only won one of those games, and it was in a shootout. In the other games, Anaheim has beat them 3 points, 2 points, and another three. So those aren't close games. So saying that Anaheim doesn't have the oomph to beat the LA Kings is kind of not true at all. So
Let's see.
Chris has chosen to allow time to tell. So, I'm taking LA because the mistake that San Jose did in Game 6 by starting Scalak. Scalak played well, but it killed Niemi's confidence. So now you have Niemi going back in that Game 7, a guy that just got told he's not going to be the guy for them to get them to this round in Game 6. Now they're like, oh, sorry, we're going to put you back in net because Scalak can't do either. Like, what does that mean for Niemi? Niemi is like, I'm sure he is frustrated, disappointed in himself. San Jose has their tail between their legs, but what was funny about LA is after 3 games, they must not have had their tail because they came back. So by LA coming back, it shows that after 3 losses, you can still win. So this, like, to eliminate San Jose completely is probably not the right thing to do. But no, something. Something to see how LA was still able to win after being down 3-0, and San Jose being so disappointed in themselves right now that they may not be able to win at home tonight. They're at home. They should have the home ice advantage. There's not really much of an excuse for them to lose. Yeah. I know we had our LA Anaheim argument, so LA winning will allow for that argument to hold value in the playoffs because everyone knows that's the only time that games matter. So that's the thing. Yeah, because Anaheim has a goalie controversy.
Not so much anymore. I think Hiller has proven himself right now.
Yeah, for now. So
That's
the bed again.
What'd you say?
What has history told you about Hiller in the playoffs?
That he's not really good enough, but maybe sitting him and having a rookie goalie pretty much take his spot has kind of boosted his confidence and will probably take him, well, will hopefully take him to the top again. So, I mean, when they went to the Stanley Cup and won it, they had Giguere, who you could say carried that team, but I really don't see him being that great of a goalie. Hiller is not the same, but he's pretty much the same. I just contradicted myself, but he's similar. He's similar.
Yeah, they both work like that.
I have to look for something real quick. That year wasn't the year.
That was 07.
Is that the only year that they've won the cup?
Yeah.
Postseason. Okay. Giguere had a 1.97 goals against and a 922 save percentage.
Okay, that's pretty good. But hold on, look at Hiller's points now, or his stats. Hold on, I'll look it up.
I don't know, 13 and 4, 1.97 goals against, 922 save percentage. Trivia. Middle of the show trivia here, if you are watching, which you are not. Please answer the question in the comments below and see.
And you can win a thumbs up.
Yeah, see how you do. Sean, who was the backup goalie for J.S. Giguere in their 2007 Cup run?
Would it be Hiller?
No, it's not.
No, I have no idea then.
Chris, you guess. He is currently a starting. Well, he is a goalie in the NHL.
Is he starting or no?
I feel like if my answer will give him away, but he's kind of a bit of both.
Middle mover?
Who?
Mover?
No.
No.
Who is it?
Next hint. I'm going to give you another hint. Currently, his team is in the playoffs.
Is it Brizgalov?
Yes.
That's funny.
Brizgalov was the backup goalie in 2006-2007 and started 5 games, and went 3-1 in those playoffs. That was your fun fact. See how things have changed over 7 years. All right. Since Chris is unmuted right now, I might as well ask him. Who do you have in the Montreal-Boston? Well, who do you think is going to win the Montreal-Boston series?
I think Boston will win it. I think because they beat Montreal last time they were in the playoffs, and last time they faced each other in the playoffs. I think, right? Pretty sure. And yeah, because I read something about PK ban saying something about it. Anyways, Boston's a better team than they were last time they faced each other, and they beat them last time. But sure, like the Canadians are better too. I didn't even have the Canadians beating Tampa Bay, so I guess I'm gonna say Boston's gonna win it. But I hope they pull it out. I hope Montreal pulls it out because I don't want Boston to win.
How many games?
I say Boston in 6.
Heard it here first. Boston in 6. Reluctant. Sean?
I'm gonna kick myself for saying this, but Boston's gonna win.
Oh, wow.
Okay, bye, Sean.
Well, he'll be back in a minute, so I'll just do mine and... Oh my god, it went to me. So, I'll do mine and then he'll be able to talk about his. I'm taking Boston in 6 as well. Um, they're just a better team all around. I know Montreal has Vanek and Max Pack and Carey Price, but Tuukka Rask is better than Carey Price. And I'd take Patrice Bergeron over Vanek and Max Pack. So I'm going to take Boston in 6 as well. I know it's repeating, but I don't think there's any way that Montreal will be able to beat them. Then again, like Chris said, nobody thought that they'd beat a team like Tampa. So, but fun fact: 6 out of the last 8 teams to pull a 4-0 sweep lost in the next round. Probability is that they're going to lose. Sean, are you with us again?
Yeah, it froze on me. Did you hear my stats or no?
No, we got as far as picking Boston.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll give you his stats again. His save percentage is 0.934, and his goals against is a 2.24. So they're not terrible, but his save percentage is pretty good.
I think you misheard me.
I didn't what?
We only got as far as you saying Boston.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. I'll finish that then. Boston because they pretty much have it all. Montreal, they have a scoring defender, but their offense isn't that great. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Boston will get this in 5 games.
Oh, look at this guy. He went against us. We had 6 and 6, and he's like, oh no, it'll be done in 5. So we'll let it go. We'll let it go. I know I just said my thing, but I noticed something just now. Boston, three top, three of their top 6 scorers are defensemen. Uh, Krug, Hamilton, and Chara. And what's cool about that is Krug is a rookie, had a great year. Hamilton's a rookie, had a good year, and Chara's Chara. Boston has really good defense, and it's showing. Hopefully, Buffalo will have good defense like them soon enough. But right now, Boston has scary, scary defense. So, thing. Now to switch gears in the comments below, please comment your prediction on Boston Montreal. We will look at it. Dylan might be watching. Dylan is kind of busy right now, so he may be in the comments. He may not be. There is one viewer. It is probably him. So
What's school got to do with anything?
no, right? Trying to get
Nerd.
the video here without making a loud sound. But in the comments below, please comment your opinion on the Boston Montreal series and the Game Sevens, and we'll probably give our insight on the Game Sevens on Sunday. So whomever's here, which is probably gonna be me and Dylan. So that's the thing. Okay.
I don't even have
Time
Dylan to
switch
help me
gears
out with
NFL.
Anaheim.
He commented. So NFL, geez, I keep getting sidetracked. NFL linebackers, we're gonna do outside then inside. We'll do outside first. Chris will go first because we gave him Khalil Mack. After the linebackers, I believe Chris looked up kickers and punters, so he'll just be able to give us a little insight on that. But we'll let him go first with outside linebacker. So this is your first time. Give us your thing regarding why Khalil Mack is the best linebacker and why your sleeper is a sleeper.
Okay. Khalil Mack is the best linebacker because he's from big college and the best college in the world, University of Buffalo. Right. No, he's the best linebacker just because he's so hardworking. You know, he's got everything a linebacker needs. He's good against the run. He's good against the pass. The dude is just a beast. He's got the right size, the right speed. He's got the right attitude. He's hardworking. He does whatever you ask him to. You know. Looking at his stats here. You know, he had. I'm pretty sure he had the record for most forced fumbles in a season, I do believe, or may have been a college career. Anyone knows that, that'd be fantastic. But Khalil Mack is just such a beast that you know, he just looks like a linebacker. When he played big colleges, you know, Ohio State, he dominated him with 9 tackles, 2.5 sacks, an interception return for a touchdown. You know, he's good in the coverage. Yeah, good in coverage, good pass rush, run defense. This guy's just got the full package. And he is an elite talent that I'd be surprised if he comes out of the top 6. Which is disappointing because I'd love for Buffalo to get him, but there's no way. Unless we trade up, and I don't think that's worth it.
And he has the record for fumbles and tackles for loss. That's his
Nice. Yeah. My sleeper for outside linebacker, he lined up at defensive line for his college career, but he's coming in, and most teams are looking at him for linebacker. Some of you may have heard of him. He was the linebacker who came out over this off season. He came out and said that he was homosexual, and you know, he was open about it. And his name is Michael Sam. Now this guy is he was projected like third or fourth round pick, but when I was looking for him, I couldn't find him. And in linebacker, so I looked him up separately from the site I was looking at, and I found him again. And this is why he's my sleeper, because he's projected third or fourth round. Not only is he going to be coming in with, he's going to have the motivation to like prove people wrong if anyone doubts him because of what he did. But this guy was really good too. He played in the SEC and he won the SEC Defensive Player of the Year in 2013. You don't just do that by accident. Okay, in 2013, he led the SEC in tackles for loss in 19. He also had 19. He came in ninth place in the entire NCAA in that year, and he led the SEC in sacks with 12, and he was seventh in all of the NCAA. So, for being projected, third or fourth round, you're getting a guy with that much talent. That's hard to pass him up. That's a sleeper if you ask me.
Just a question, real quick. Do you know why he's being a linebacker instead of a lineman?
Mostly just because of the size.
Alright.
He's got size and speed that he's more of a linebacker type.
Alright.
Yeah, there are a few guys in this year's draft that are moving from DN to linebacker or linebacker to DN. Sean, who is your top outside linebacker and sleeper?
Alright. My top outside linebacker is going to be Anthony Barr from UCLA. He's just got the build and the talent of being a linebacker. He's a huge hitter. I was looking up some of his highlights, and he literally knocked someone out. He's powerful. He's athletic. He can pretty much do anything. He's got long arms, so he's got the pass defense locked up. And he's got an explosive start when he's trying to blitz. The only thing that he needs help with that I've looked at is his run defense. He gets caught up in the linemen and can't really find a way through it. So yeah, he's a thing. And I was gonna do Prince Shimbo, but I changed my mind to Jordan Tripp. He's from Montana. He's a big boy. He's got the body of. This is gonna sound weird. He's got the body of a linebacker. He's built on top, and he's got short legs that can run through people. He's smart with the ball. He doesn't overcommit things. For example, if the QB shows that he's going to run, he doesn't automatically go, I'm going to go for the run backer. He stays until he knows for sure that it's going to go to running back. So there's that. He's got great vision. He's fast, and the only thing that I've seen that's a little different for being a linebacker, at least, is he plays with finesse. Most linebackers go for explosive hits and try pretty much obliterating the ball carrier. This guy sometimes he is physical at times, but most of the times he's kind of skimpy on his tackles. He tries to bring him down by swinging him and going for the legs, but in the NFL, that's not going to work all the time, especially with players like Marshawn Lynch that can just bowl right through you. So as long as he can get his physicality up, he's going to be He's gonna be a good kid.
Sounds like it. Before I do mine, I was hoping to give an update on the score of the Flyers Rangers. Come on, computer. My top guy, by the way, is Calvin Smith out of Florida State. It's 2-0 Rangers. Well, that's a thing. So Calvin Smith out of Florida State, described as fast-flowing, instinctive, weak side linebacker, capable of producing at a high level. Okay, let me break that down. Fast-flowing, fast, quick linebacker. He was the second fastest linebacker at the combine for outside. Second, instinctive. Instincts are important. Look at Kiko Alonso. He was drafted in the second round. He wasn't the best middle linebacker on the board in terms of, oh, look at all these numbers. We look at instincts. Kiko made plays because he knew where the ball was going, and that's important. A linebacker has to be able to follow the ball. It's good. Weak side, that is what it is. Most pass rushing linebackers are on the weak side, not east side, west side. Capable of producing at a high level. I've said throughout all the draft previews, and I'll say it now, if it says long-time starter, dependable, instant starter, high-level producer, those guys are guys you cannot pass up. I don't care who you have at that position. Unless you have a high-level producer, you draft a high-level producer. So, Calvin Smith, on the thing, he's projected in the third round, so it's almost like a sleeper. But I was looking for a guy that was kind of, these other guys in the second round, Lawrence, Van Noy, Chu or whatever, and Bradford, they didn't really appeal to me. Sleeper, true definition of a sleeper. Last, linebacker, Howard Jones. Also defensive end from Shepherd University. No one knows what Shepherd University is, but it's a D2 school. So that's the thing. He was none of that. He was not a top guy at the combine. But he's described as this. Great athletic pass rushing linebacker. In D2, he completely dominated everybody in his path. Now it's D2. They also said that. They said, these guys are weaker linemen. They're not D1 linemen. It's like going from the ECHL right to the NHL. So like going from AA to the majors. There's that in between there for a reason. So, we'll see how good he really was. But he's projected in the 7th round, barely even drafted. This is a guy you gotta take in the 7th round. He dominated who he was against. They said he has a lot of upside and potential because of this. He has the build, he has the speed, he has the strength, he has everything needed for a great pass rushing linebacker. They just don't know how he'll do against competition. He is raw, and like I said, speed and ability. He has what it takes. Daniel Carcillo and Benoit Pouliot with the goals for Rangers. So Daniel Carcillo.
Another thing with
right.
D2 players, I've noticed, they have a lot of heart going into the NFL, because they don't expect actually making it to that level. So any player that's in D2 and lower, they're going to try their hardest just to get to that level. So he's definitely got the potential.
Yeah, look at Fred Jackson, D3, and he gives his heart out. He plays injured. He does all this because, he didn't think he'd ever have this chance at a D3 school to ever play in the NFL. Even be looked at or scouted. Even have a day where a scout is at your practice as a D3 athlete is incredible. Because you're even considered. So, that's the thing. Chris, I'll let you go first for inside linebacker as well. Give us your top guy and your sleeper.
You guys gave me Mosley, right?
Yes, sir.
What is it? That would mean that my top guy would be CJ Mosley. Let me put this thing here. Okay, bam. Unfortunately, CJ Mosley, being the top inside linebacker of this year's draft, his stock is dropping. A lot like with Manti Te'o's drop last year. They're concerned about his a knee injury that he got, and he's a lot of Alabama players seem to not work out lately. So get a decent year. 100. This isn't it three? Wow, that's all like that. 102 tackles, with 9 tackles for a loss, a forced fumble, 5 passes broken up. 14 tackles versus Auburn, so another top team. He's okay. He's really good at. Most teams are looking at him for his pass game. He's really good at pass defense, cover zone, man coverage. He's got decent size. I think some teams might try to move him out to the outside linebacker, maybe weak side or something like that, because he's 6'2", 234, so he's not slow. He ran a 4.6. He's projected between rounds 1 and 2. He's probably going to go in the first round. He's got decent size. Coming from Alabama, that's a good college to come from, even though sometimes lately they haven't worked out. But being the top middle linebacker in your class, someone's going to take you. So, teams are just worried about his injury. But if not, if his knee's okay, then he could turn out to be a really good player. Yeah, I'm scrolling down here. Computer is okay. Okay, here he is. My sleeper. He is literally described as a sleeper linebacker. It's Caleb Levy. Not sure how to pronounce that. Caleb Levy. I'm gonna go with inside linebacker from Oklahoma State. That's personally one of my favorite colleges. I like that college. Mostly because of jerseys. I like that college. Anyways, he's got good size, 6'3", 240. He's a little on the slow side. He ran like a 4.7, so that's kind of. But he was a good prospect. He's projected like round 6 or 7, but he played really well for the Cowboys. He's a really good pass cover guy. He had 93 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 4 interceptions, and 3 passes broken up. 3 forced fumbles and 12.5 tackles for a loss. Unfortunately, he wasn't at the combine, so he couldn't really show off any of his skills that he had. So, I don't know. A team picks this guy up in the latest round, 6 or 7, they could get a steal if he turns out to be, as good as he can be. They're going to get a good pass cover guy. Unfortunately, he'd have to do something about his 40 time, trying to get that up, because Otherwise, it can be too slow to cover, like a line, tight end or anything like that. We'll see what happens though.
So much of a sleeper, he wasn't on our draft board. Good job, Phil. Good job. Research. Research. Sean, who is your top inside linebacker and sleeper?
Alright. My top inside linebacker is going to be, and I'm probably going to butcher his last name, but Ryan Shazier from Ohio State. Um, I was just looking at his highlights from last season. He's got nice speed. He's explosive off the line, off the snap. Um, and he rarely misses a tackle. He's just got great hands of taking them down. He's also a smart player. Um, just like Jordan Tripp, he doesn't fall for any shenanigans or any of that stuff. He's a team player, which is good for a team looking for a defensive captain to step up and carry their team. Um, Only thing that I've seen that is bad and other players have known is he takes a lot of stupid penalties. Um, he gets really into the game, and when he gets pissed off, he takes it out on anyone that's around him. The one video shows him driving a QB into the ground after the play. Um, just stupid penalties like that, but uh, a team can pretty much cure that by a lot of discipline, and they're saying that he can learn a lot of new things. So explains why he's in the top. He's a top linebacker. My sleeper is not really a sleeper, but I'm going to say he's a sleeper. Is why not? Is Shane Sakoff, butchered his name again, from Stanford University. He's got great instincts and physicality. Um, that pretty much speaks itself. He's a great tackler, doesn't miss many tackles. He's a big playmaker. When you need him most, he steps up and does his job. He's patient, which helps on the running game because you can never know where the running back is going to go. And when when they are blitzing the QB, he sheds the blockers pretty well. He gets into the backfield pretty much 90% of the time, um, which helps a lot. And he closes the distance very well. He's really fast and pretty much says itself. Negatives about this guy is he's limited to a 4-3 defense. Not sure why. I didn't really read into that, but and another thing is he tore his ACL in 2011. Ever since that, he hasn't had a problem with it. But you never know with those kind of injuries when they can reappear. So
Yeah, I almost did Skav as a top guy, but I didn't. So, um, is this gonna load? There it is. Okay, my top guy is Borland out of Wisconsin. He is considered the third best graded middle linebacker in this year's draft, as well as the strongest middle linebacker this year's draft, uh, for the combine at least. He is described as instinctive, athletic, could be a long-term dependable starter. Well, that's the thing. So, instincts, once again, very important. Some of the most important traits that a Linebacker can have his instincts. Middle linebacker, especially, as I said, Kiko Alonso. I don't think that needs to be said again. Could become a long-term dependable starter, like the other guy. That's very important. They said right away he is an immediate guy you put on special teams. You put him there. He develops maybe one season, and then you have a top good middle linebacker. And he's projected in the second round, third best. So that's the thing. My sleeper projected in the 6th round is Preston Brown from Louisville. He is described as a linebacker with the traits needed, but he doesn't have a good attitude, and his head is off of the field. Well, I don't know how to describe that correctly. His head is not in the game. He needs a coach to get his attention, but he is aggressive and a big hit linebacker. So he's got the traits. He's aggressive. He'll get the ball carrier. They described him as a get the ball kind of linebacker. Like, he's the kind of guy that you just tell, go get the ball, follow the ball, go get the runner. He is great at stopping the run. So
pretty much he's like
Brandon
Waterboy.
Spikes. Oh, now we got this guy. That's not very nice.
I was saying the same thing.
Gatorade.
Preston Brown. He's a guy. Yeah, Louisville. Not Bama. She's the devil. Okay, so in the comments below, post your opinion on the linebackers if you care. If you care about the Khalil Mack thing, say, oh yeah, Khalil Mack is the best. Yeah, you know what? Post below if you think Khalil Mack will be taken in the 1st overall pick in the 2014 GSR mock draft. Because Houston's technically owned by Stephen King now, not Nick Schifano. So we don't know who's going to go. So, by the way, like I just said, next week, Wednesday, mock draft. We're going to go for 3 rounds, hopefully. If it seems that that'll take too long, we'll only go 2. But the goal is 3. We've all split up the teams evenly between the 5 of us to a degree. So, yeah. So come on, stop by. Well, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. We hope it's really successful. So, yeah. And that was pretty much our show for the most part. I keep saying, all right. Final words. Sean or Chris?
Sean will go. Since Chris unmuted himself, go ahead.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, I did all first unmute my mic. Actually, it was a struggle to get it muted to begin with. Hope I'm not stealing anyone here. Jameis Winston? Anyone gonna do that one?
Not me.
No. Okay. Jameis Winston, the reigning. What's that called? Heisman Trophy winner. Yeah, that one. The reigning Heisman Trophy winner, quarterback, Florida Seminoles. He was suspended by the Florida State University baseball team because he was arrested for stealing some like crab legs or something.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah,
Stole crab legs.
crab legs, really. Yeah, it's stupid. Stupid. I was kind of reading the article here. He received an adult civil citation for petty theft from the local supermarket. That's what he said. So he realizes he's in the public spotlight and my conduct needs to be above reproach. Yeah, it's pretty stupid. We'll keep you updated. I don't know what's going to happen exactly, but he was suspended by the team and he had actually brought his base. Well, I don't know. That might be wrong. Yeah, that's probably wrong. All right, yeah, we'll keep you updated. But so to figure out what else happens, but right now he's just pretty much trying to clean up his own mess that he made. He's stupid. Crab legs.
First he is investigated for rape, and then he goes and steals some crab legs. I don't know. This guy doesn't sound like a guy I want. Steals crab legs. Talk about desperation. Um, Sean, what do you got going for your final word?
All right. I'm going to be talking about how St. Louis is pretty much running Miller out of their town, country, state, country. They're pissed off. Um, but as you all know, St. Louis is kicked out. Andy's not pleased because now we do not get a first round or anything because they're more than likely not going to resign him. Um, um, I'll just throw this out here now. I never liked Miller. Um, I always thought he was overrated. My nickname for him was 5 Minute Miller because the last 5 minutes of the game he chokes. Um, could be because of our team, but I never really liked him. Um, and St. Louis figured that out very quickly, actually. Last game, he did subpar, least to say, game, and Twitter showed it. Um, I want to get a picture, but obviously you can't put it on here. But they were not pleased at all, especially with the last. I don't even know what you would call it. Save, I think, where he tried rolling over and did not work at all. But the future for Ryan Miller is uncertain. Um, if you ever say that he's going to Anaheim, I will punch you in the throat multiple times.
He's going to Anaheim.
But yeah,
He's
that's
going
my
to
final
Anaheim.
word. Where's Dylan? I need his help.
I was
uh,
talking to Dylan about this, and Dylan said the probability Anaheim is one of the top three teams to probably try and get him. So Anaheim, Vancouver, and somebody else. Update on the Rangers Flyers, still 2-0, second intermission. Rangers are out shooting, Flyers 28-16.
now it's at Madison Square
Um,
Garden, right?
yeah,
Okay.
so I don't think the Flyers are coming back. Um, my final word is NASCAR because I'm always going to do a final word about NASCAR. This week they race at Talladega, longest track on the circuit, 2 2/3 mile long. It is a 180 lap race, 499 miles. The average speed during qualifying is about 200 miles an hour. It is the fastest track in the circuit. It average race speed is about 170 miles an hour. Last year, Jamie McMurray and David Reagan won. This is one of 4 races every year that anybody can win the race. Talladega and Daytona, they're known for their big wrecks late in the race because everybody's on top of each other going so fast. Even the slightest bump will cause a major accident with like 5 or 6 cars. So David Reagan, his team's only won one race ever, and that was that race because him and his teammate late got hooked up, passed everybody, and won. And it's actually really cool. Everybody in the garage, all the fans were happy because the little guy won, and it's always nice once in a while to see the little guy win. in a NASCAR that happens, whether it be this Daytona Talladega,
Especially with a big
or
race
even
like
the
this.
yeah, it's really a great race. And towards the middle of the race, it gets boring this week. So if you watch the last 40 laps, it'll be a long 40 compared to everything else around the circuit. But they're gonna be wrecking like crazy. You might see a car flip upside down at 200 miles an hour. Who doesn't want to see that? A couple years ago, a car went into the catch fence. Brad Keselowski's first win ever. He spun out Carl Edwards in the last lap going to the checkered flag, and Edwards' car went airborne and got into the catch fence. So this track is known for its accidents. Every race, usually once a year, twice a year, a car goes upside down. So that's nice to see. Most wins ever at this racetrack is Jeff Gordon with 6, Dale Jr. with 5. Both cars have done well this year. Jeff Gordon technically leads the point standings, although he doesn't have a win. If it was the old point system, he would be leading. So far this year, he's been the most consistent driver. Dale Jr. has like 6 top 3 finishes this year, so that's a big deal. I would probably put my money on one of those guys this week, or, I hate Jimmy Johnson, so I'm not going to let him win. I'm not going to predict it, but there's a probability that he wins. And this race, like I said, anybody can win, so.
Talladega is kind of like Daytona in a way, right? Like the
Yeah,
shape of it.
the shape is similar and the speeds are similar and just the banking and everything like that. Like the cars go so fast here. They used to not do this, but now they put restrictor plate on the car, on the engine, to restrict the speed. Like they can only top out at a certain speed.
Hmm.
Because if they don't,
They're
they'll
gonna
go
die.
airborne going out of the turn. They'll fly. Literally, the car will fly. So
Oh.
that's a problem. So I'm gonna go with Jeff Gordon. Maybe he'll get a win.
I'm going with
And
Junior.
more than likely, oh, this guy came out with a prediction this week.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Matt Kenseth.
I'd ask Chris, but he doesn't know anything about NASCAR.
Oh,
Chris,
he said it.
oh, you just picked Matt Kenseth. I don't know how he knows who Matt Kenseth is.
And I used to play NASCAR like 2002 with my friend, and I would always just pick Matt Kenseth because I like the color of his car, and I'd just start up the race and I'd go backwards because I could never win. So I'd make sure my friend would win every race. So I'd go backwards and just crash everyone else. That's how I know his
I
name.
did that. I think so many people used to do that. Like, it'd be like, I have no chance winning. I'm gonna just go backwards and try and wreck as many cars as possible.
Yeah.
Like, the goal is to get as many cars out of the race and on fire as possible.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
So
Well,
if I win, I get like $50, right?
if you really predict that right, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to give you $50, but
A handshake.
a handshake. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Okay. So we'll end the Golden Sports Report episode 61 on that note. A triple NASCAR prediction. Probably the only time it'll ever happen. So take note. We covered many topics. Please comment below. We had a viewer. We realized we have subscribers in United Kingdom, Brazil, Taiwan, Russia, Saudi Arabia,
South
stuff
Korea?
like that today. So, South Korea, can't forget about the South Korean.
Nope.
No, no, you're watching. So, thank you for watching all around the world. That makes me feel good. So yeah, like, comment, favorite, subscribe, share with your friends. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, tell us why, although you never do. We'll talk about your comments next episode as we cover quarterbacks and wide receiver. So that's okay. And the rest of the playoff preview.
Way to go.
Okay.
Way to ruin it.
I'm just gonna let it. I thought it was gonna end. No. It's gonna. He's got his face as the thumbnail now. No thumbnail from Dylan. Chris's face will be the thumbnail.
Oh, now we won't get any viewers. Ah.
Yes.
Alright, I'll see you.
Alright. See ya.
That was the Golden
See you guys.
Report, episode 61. Bye.